Hey everyone, welcome to I Truly Love It. My name is Susan, and today I'm going to share my thoughts on ephemera storage and a couple ideas for you. Ephemera, just some samples here, maybe something you've purchased, these little die cuts, or maybe you've purchased a digital kit from Etsy or Coffee and you've cut out all the little labels. How are you storing those? And I'm going to kind of share. Um, my evolution of my storage system. So when I first started, I was putting them in bags like this and labeling them. And part of that was I was traveling. So this was something I could do while I was traveling and kind of keep up with some things, keep my crafty hands moving. And so these gallon size Ziploc bags, they'll hold, your whole 8.5 by 11 paper. So you put it in there as you're cutting, you put the pieces in there and you can label it with the creator. And of course, these already have little labels. So I would then progress to these little photo iris containers. And they're labeled with labels. And if you look in here, you still see a whole bunch, and you're going to think, oh my goodness. But the problem with this is you have to dig and dig for what you're looking for. And sometimes that's fun, but sometimes you really just want to find something. And if someone sees your project too and you're like, hey, where'd you get that label? And I would be like, I don't know. I don't remember. Sometimes I can kind of tell whose design it is. But when I just dump them all in here, sometimes I kind of lose whose is whose. Some of them are a little similar. This one is just labels. These are more like Amazon, your creative studio kind of labels. So those aren't I would say digital. And then I bought these, and these are great for storing little things. But when you want like a label, it's kind of tough. So I keep like my butterflies and my birds and things like these. So then I progressed to making these little books. I took some 12 by 12 papers, almost made like a little journal. I sewed transparency film. This was the first one I made. And the part that I cut off, I just turned into a pocket here in the front. So I still have things in here I'm getting out, but I just hinged them in there with some washi tape. And of course, you can see the washi tape eventually starts to get loose. There's a few friends that still need to get into the next system. And that's that one. Well, I added that page later. You'll notice it's not sewn in there. Those are glued in there. So you can actually take that acetate, and I just used art glitter or Barely Art, and they've held up pretty well. So then I made a second one, and that one's still got a lot to take out because this one was full. But you see the problem here. You still have the same issue as you have with the little iris containers. They're overlapping in here, and you can't really see all your things. In here, there are things kind of overlapping. And then I made this one. This one was inspired probably over a year ago when I don't know if it was Pam at the Paper Outpost or Tina at Shabby Dabby Doo. Gail did it, but they would take the long papers and they would like put their clusters on there and glue them. And I was like, well, I'll just make one of those with the glued pages or the glued strips. And this one had all my Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah papers in there, or labels. And that was the whole 12 by 12 paper. All right. So then I was like, okay, that's 3 different things. They're overlapping. They're full. They're not even holding the tiny ones. I had to get these type of containers. to hold the tiny labels. I can't reach the one that's got all the labels in it, but trust me, I have quite a few. And then I came across a video. This is not my idea. I came across a video. I'll link her below, Betty's Custom Designs. And she was using a composition notebook. Well, no, she used a mixed media book. And I thought, well, I could do that. It's a little pricey for me. And I actually had this. I thought, well, let's just do that idea, but let's put it in a composition book. So let me move this stuff out and I'll share with you how I did this. Okay, so I actually have two. And this one is ephemera, like digital ephemera. This is store-bought, so like your little Vicky Booten packs, your Echo Park or Cartabella, those kinds of things. And I was started with a 3-pack of tape runners from Michael's. I'm sure you can get them whatever craft store. It had it was Tombow, and there were 3 different types in there, and I was trying them out. And really, in the end, it didn't matter. So for Christmas, I asked for on Amazon this big pack of tape runners, and I'm already on my 3rd one because it doesn't really matter what tape runner you use. I probably wouldn't use one that's maybe permanent, and you're not using a lot. Okay, so this is how this book, they both work a little differently, so I'm going to share how this one works. I have my little labels at the top there, and that way I can remember whose label that came from. And they're not labeled by kits though, just shops and creators. The first page is mine. I know I have a whole lot more, but this is what I had left. This is from my coffee shop. The link is below. But then I have Junk Journal Studio, Michelle, and I have a lot of her stuff. And I did try to coordinate it by the kit or the color at least, because she does do a lot of things by color. And I'm just going to kind of skip through here. You got some blues, and then you get to the greens. And she has reds and purples, and I haven't printed all the things out, but then I've left some pages in there to add more of her items, because I'm sure some of those things in the iris container are hers. And then I've got Tracy Fox. And these are all kind of the same kit, but different colors. So left, some room, a couple pages there for her. And then I've got Rach and Bella. These were her, was it like a Welsh ephemera, I think? But these are like little tickets, and they come in different sizes. So those are what I had left. So put those in there. And then here's my Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah ephemera. And yeah, you just take your tape runner, put a little tiny piece on there, stick it in here, and then peel it off when you're ready to go. And I left some, well, skipped a bunch of pages, so I went to the back here. These are shops that I don't have but maybe one thing from. And this is Marcy Coat, excuse me. I thought I made a tab. I guess I didn't. That's Marcy Coat. And some of these things are, I don't remember where these quotes came from. I'm still looking through my digital files. So some of these might be mixed up with others, like these reds. These are stamped things that I've made, stamped labels. I know like that is Margaret 7 Plaza. I'm not even sure here. And that's kind of how my little books with the, like these were, well, not that one, but the smaller ones. I had them kind of sorted by color, so they would get kind of mixed up with the different creators. I think that's Margaret right there as well, that one and that one. And this is the torn page. And you can also note in here, if you sell your journals, you can make little notes on the pages if you've purchased, and it's a shop that says, it's only for personal use, not commercial use. So you can make note of that. So you can use them in your little art projects. Oh, look, I bent that because these were printed on paper instead of onto cardstock. This is Digi and SVG Designs for You. And this is Sweet Pea Curiosity. So you could also just put a tab and then just write it with pencil. I'm still trying to figure out who that is. And those. This is Allegra Digital. I know these cannot be sold commercially in a project. I don't think the Torn page can be sold. I don't believe these can be sold as well. And that Ziploc bag I had, that's Timeless Treasures MB, I think, and they cannot be resold. Okay. So you can make a note of that, in your journal as you're doing it. Also, if you need an idea for some tabs, this is a freebie in my coffee shop. I printed this on cream colored cardstock, and I did reduce the size to an 8x10, so they're a little smaller, because otherwise they'll come out wider. So it depends on what you want. And then on the back, I just, it was a tea-dyed digital from someone. So that's what some of these are. And the one for Tina was a tab for, I think I got in a Etsy kit or something. This was someone's digital. I can't remember. So those are just things in my collection. That's a good way to keep up with who made it and be able to see it, because I just want to see it. And I want to, if I want something blue, I kind of know where to go. If I want something rectangular, if I want something circular, it's a lot easier to find. I'm not wasting time digging and digging and digging. Okay. Now, if you're new here, you may not know that I also have a love for Echo Park papers, scrapbook papers, because, a lot of us used to be scrapbookers. So this is store-bought ephemera. Now this one, you don't see tabs on it. This one, I actually made an index because these are, the collection. So what I did was put page numbers, the type, it's like ephemera or frames and tags, the brand, and you'll see most of these are CB is Cartabella. And I made a little legend over here. Echo Park, Cartabella, then I have other brands here. So I put the name of the set, and then I put if I have other things that go with it that are not in here. So like this particular set, Endless Summer, I have adhesive brads that match it. And so then I just, I did all these things while watching TV, you guys. So get your little lap desk, get your little tray or something so they don't fall everywhere. And just, put your favorite show on. So I did keep the top. So when you get in the package, it comes with that little fold over tab at the top. I pulled those over and I glued that in. Well, tape runnered it in. And I threw these parts away, but you can, recycle those. And then I just fit things on there, and you can see like I use a piece from there. And yeah, you can read all the things and see all the colors. And maybe you're looking for something that matches, your how you're feeling that day. So, or maybe it's a color scheme you're working with. And yeah, so I just put those in there. Got some travel ones. This is that Vicky Booten one. This bright one. I've used some of these, and I used the J and the 2 and the 5 in my Junk Journal January journal. And I'm doing a Woodland Forest journal right now for Junk Journal Madness, so you might see some of these. This is Fancy Pants Designs. And so I was like putting this in here. I thought, oh, I already had a day in the life. And I went back, and this one's a ephemera pack, and the other one is the frames and tag pack. So you have like the frame, but this still has frames in it. So this is one of my favorite ones. And then I found this Kathy Holden one, this flea market finds, the miscellany one, when I was cleaning my desk. I had, put it somewhere and then I couldn't find it. So now it's there. That's the other part of it. And then this was something I got from, it was Mixed Media Minnesota. It used to have like a monthly kit they would send out. You want to call it that? I got one of the last ones I think they offered in 2024, 2023. Anyways, this was the kit. I believe it's Prima Designs, but I haven't looked it up because I did not save. That was actually in that little red plastic zipper bag, wherever I put that. But in fact, I put those in last night. And then still have a lot of pages, and then when you run out, you just, you get you another one. And you can, like if you want to label them, however you collect your material. So if you are like one on Echo Park one, that's all that's in there. And you could, instead of making an index like I did, you could just have that sticking out the top. These I tape runnered in there. Tape runnered, is that a word? These tabs I glued, but you could also, use a tape runner, and then like if it's someone that you may not purchase anything else from or print again, then you could just, put it with the tape runner so you could take it off. But yeah, this is an idea that I found creative because I was wasting a lot of time digging through my labels. And so I hope you find that useful. I had a couple requests for this video on how I did these. But like I said, it was not my idea. I got it from Betty at Betty's Custom Designs, and she used a mixed media book, spiral book, big one. And she was just, tape. I think she used tape runner, but I'll link that video below so you can go check out hers. But I have these in my stash, and I also thought about covering these to make them a little more fun to look at. But then I thought, no, because these are going to get a lot of use, and that would probably just tear up like the outside, just the amount of moving around I would use with these. So I probably will not cover these up. But there's an idea for you. So those, it's a freebie in my coffee shop. Print something on the back so you can have a fun backside to it. Some of these you can't use like that because they're kind of hard to write on, but you can certainly use these for other projects as well. But that's a freebie. And I think when I get these finally emptied, I may take my tab punch and make some tabs with some of these. So I really liked, well, these all came from the same paper pad, but let me get busy finishing those. But it's takes a little bit of time because I'm trying to go back and look through all my digitals and files and see who made that. So yeah, so I hope you find that helpful, and if not going through your current stuff that you already have, but maybe future stuff and you want to start doing it this way, that's fine too. You could also put your, if you want your big flowers like that in there, or your butterflies or your birds, so you can see them better. And if you need bigger space, you can do like Betty and get the big mixed media book. But that was a little pricey for me, and these were super cheap. All right, you guys, I appreciate you and your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day.